Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's Inspired by Online Scrapbooking classes. And I'm sorry, I'm a little bit late, but if you saw my Fun Friday Find video yesterday, you will see that I was in an organization frenzy this week and a little bit late to playing. So I did finish my layout, but then I did not have the light to record. So here I am, and this week's is a little bit of a twofold. I'm in the Redefine Creative classes for sure, and I am playing along with the most recent Stash Bash Palooza, but the story will also be for an awesome year-long class that I am taking, which is by Janet Fritz and Christina. And it's all about storytelling, impactful storytelling, deeper storytelling, and getting those stories out. It's not a journaling class, though. We get the layouts from the scrapbook, but it's really about the story and then how to use the photos and how to get that story told. So that's what this layout is about as well. The Stash Bash Palooza, as you know, is how to get into our stash. Christina, it's a full day, and then we have Thursday evenings until we have finished all of the projects, because there's always about 12 or more projects, and they are basically fun, versatile, go-to designs, fairly frugal in supplies, but gorgeous results. So this is from the January one. I'm using my How to Kill a Kit with Style from January, or the leftovers left from January. And I am working with, this is almost a heritage layout. I don't know, would you call it a heritage layout? It's definitely an early years layout. So I think the Avenue collection goes beautifully with that. So I use this lovely background paper, which is quite neutral, white with almost a khaki, no, not a khaki, almost a taupe. I guess I'm going to call this taupe color. This beautiful, I went into the greens, a little bit of the corally peachy salmons, the wood grain, and this lovely plaid paper. So I started with a little bit of mixed media on my background, as I do like to do, as you know. So I went in with my Heidi Swapp Color Shine and did a little bit of the packaging technique in a few areas so that I would have it peeking out of the main design. And then, of course, as you know, I love to fill my sides and corners. So I went over and did a little bit over on this side as well. So I started with the packaging technique. Then I went to get one of my favorite Paige Evans stencils, these little bubbles, and the Nuvo Glacier paste in Green Envy. And I just put a little bit of that. You can see here, I smudged it somehow. I was probably a little bit too impatient for it to dry, or because the paper had warped a little bit with the packaging technique, the stencil was probably not down quite flush, but that doesn't really worry me. I just love the effect that it gives, and if it's a little bit messier, well, that's fine. That's fine with me. And then I went back after that had dried and did a little bit of splattering. Then this design is fairly simple. I went in with some strips of paper that I fishtailed at the bottom here, did lots of layering behind my photo, little offset layers, as you know I love to do, got the photo up on foam, and then just started tucking in bits and pieces from scraps that were on my desk. I did some tearing, some inking, and just tucking these in flat to the page in between some of the layers, just to give sort of a nice, fun, full effect around the photo. I used some of the Nicole Jones 911 printables. I have some gorgeous viewfinders here. some of the tabs. Then I took bits left over from the strips and just tucked them in here and here. Did a little bit of fishtail. This was on my desk as I found it sort of brought out. This photo is definitely from the early 60s. I have a feeling I might have been maybe 4. Does that look like maybe 4? So maybe 1961 or so. And this lovely, lovely exclusive acrylic from Redefine Creative, which is Family. Another little viewfinder. I got some Chardonnay wood buttons on here to bring out that sort of peachy color as well, which is sort of a little bit of an accent and meant to brighten and lighten the color scheme and not draw our eye too much to the fact that the color in the photo is a little bit off. And the story that I want to tell with this has nothing to do with this event per se, because quite frankly, I don't know where we were. I know this is not at home. I don't know where we were. I don't know what the event was. I don't know. It seems to have been a party of some kind. But the story I really want to tell with this is how few family photos, how few photos I have with me and both my mom and dad. In fact, looking through my photos, now I'll have to ask my mom and go look in her photos, but looking through my photos, this was pretty much the only one that I could find. And the story will go a little bit deeper than that into maybe a little bit why there are not many of our photos, why, or how I don't have much recall or very many memories of when I was very, very young with both my parents and with my dad. My dad, early on when we were still in the house, was, I guess, what we used to call back in those days a traveling salesman. He was an insurance broker salesman, so he would be away for the week, home on the weekend. And then my dad had a drinking addiction, so that explains a little bit some of the things as well. So what I have done for the journaling on this, it's going to be hidden journaling because this is really just a story for me and maybe some close family members who already know the story in any case. And I am going to go on the back of this, and I'm just going to take this lovely glassine bag that I got in one of my Redefine Creative kits, Secret Not Secret Kit Club kits for sure. I'm going to just put this on the back, and I have my Nicole Jones 911 grid paper here, and I am just going to write the story. And if I need more, I will do back to front. I will glue another sheet of the grid paper to the back here so that I have a back to front, and that will be in here. And in reality, by doing it this way, once it's in my album, nobody but me will actually know that the story is there and that the journaling is there. And so if I want somebody to see and to read that story, I will be able to tell them, but otherwise nobody will know that the story is there. So there you go. That is inspired by online scrapbooking classes for this week. Please make sure you pop on over to Instagram to see Karina's gorgeous layout. I've already seen it. She was up and at 'em and posted at our normal time this morning over on Instagram, and her layout is absolutely gorgeous. So make sure you go on over there. I, of course, will have all the information for Redefine Creative and these classes listed down below. The Impactful Storytelling class is a year-long class, so you can definitely go on over there. We get one prompt a month, at least 2 videos. Now, in January, we got the prompt, a video from each Janet and from Christina. Then there was a Zoom so that we could go into it a little bit more deeply, and an adjacent or topic that went along with the prompt that was somewhat different from the layout that Janet had shown us. So there's a lot of lovely content there. So if you want to go on over and join us, please do. And I will see you again back here next week with another Inspired by online scrapbooking classes, and we'll be playing along with the Nicole Jones 911 Scrapathon next week. So see you then, and thanks for being with me. Have a wonderful day, my friends. Bye for now.